In this lesson, let's learn about the angle addition postulate. So what is the angle addition postulate? It states that when a ray divides an angle into two smaller angles, the measures of the smaller angles add together to equal the measure of the whole angle. So I have an example here. Let me actually just make this a bit clearer. So we have the big angle here, which is measure of angle AOC. So this angle would equal 60 degrees. And then we have the ray. So right here, this is the ray. You can see this ray essentially bisects it. So it splits it into two smaller angles. Those smaller angles are measure of angle A. Oh, sorry, the last one was not correct. Let me clear that up. So the big angle is actually AOB. That equals 60 degrees. And then the smaller ones is AOC, which is equal to 30 degrees, and measure of angle COB, 30 degrees. Now if you notice here, the angle, the way to know that we're talking about the angle and what we call the vertex is usually the letter in the middle. So if you have usually these three letters, the letter in the middle is where the vertex is, and if you don't remember, the vertex is right here. That little point right there is the vertex. So again, going back to the angle addition postulate, essentially it allows us to add the two smaller angles to get the bigger angle, right? So in this case, the measures of the small angles are 30 degrees plus 30 degrees. So we can essentially add those two smaller angles to get the bigger angle. So we could say measure of angle AOC plus measure of angle COB is equal to the measure of angle AOB. And what this means, here we have 30 degrees plus 30 degrees, which is equal to 60 degrees. So that's all it is. It's the angle addition postulate. It allows you to add two smaller angles that add up to the bigger angle, and this only occurs when you have a ray that divides the bigger angle or splits the bigger angle. So let me give you a quick quiz. So let's say we have this right here. I want you to figure out what is the measure of angle AOC. So pause the video. I did give you the other angles. So if you can't read this, this is, let me just make this a bit clear. So measure of angle AOB is 32 degrees. Measure of angle BOC is 41 degrees. So pause the video and try to figure out what is the measure of angle AOC, which is the bigger angle, right? So it's this whole angle. So pause the video and try to figure this out. Okay, so let's go through this together. So remember what we said. So the measure of angle AOB is just this one, which is 32 degrees. And then the measure of angle BOC is this one, which is 41 degrees. So all you have to do is just add those angles, 32 degrees plus 41, which is equal to 73. Okay, so that's all really what the angle addition postulate is. If this was helpful, please subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment.